Okay, in this video we're going to look at the basics of using Profit Builder and how you can use this to really enhance what you do. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm actually going to deactivate the Profit Builder base theme. The reason being I want to show you it on a default setup. So let me just actually come over here and I'm going to activate the 2014 theme. I'm going to show you how you can enhance an existing theme. Maybe you've got your own existing website. So we've already kind of gone through the installation process. Everything is configured. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to here. We're going to load in a few layouts. Now, the cool thing is you come over to templates management and you can load all of these templates from our cloud distribution system. And you can see here there's lots and lots of different layouts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a couple here. I'm going to install, say, for example, that one. Let's have a look at the lead pages. I'm going to install maybe that one or that one. Okay. Now, some of these, for example, with the backgrounds and stuff like that, we can't distribute. Those are stock photography, but we'll show you this in a later video, how to do some of these things. They're absolutely fantastically easy to use. So let's also install my $1 million sales page. Grab that one. And you can see these are very, very easy to set up. You can see they're installing and it's all literally dynamic from our cloud. And as we add new ones, they're all automatically updated. You'll be able to do all sorts of cool and groovy things. So I'm just installing a whole ton of templates real quick. And you can see we got like 50 plus up here at the moment. You can also, this is one of the cool things, if you create a layout, as we'll show you in a few moments, you can actually save your layout as a template, export it, and then it'll create a little zip file, and then you can drag and drop it into one of your other sites as well, which is very, very powerful. So I've installed a few layouts just for right now. Let me also make sure I've got that one. And we're good. I just want to make sure, see if there's any others that take my fancy as we're here. But I think we're good to go. So what we're going to do now is this really works by enhancing pages. You can use this on posts, but the entire full layouts, they're done as pages, not posts. So what we're going to do is, well, let's go add a page. We'll click add new. And we're going to just go over the basics. We'll talk about some specifics in a little bit. But let's just call this demo sales page. Okay. And what we'll do is we can save it as a draft because we want to save the base information first. Now, again, if we go to this page as it stands, in fact, what I need to do real quick is also save permalinks because, again, I set this blog up and I didn't actually do that. I just noticed the URL was kind of nasty. So let's go back over to pages. And you can see we just saved a draft, okay? Now, I can come back in here. There's several ways to do this. This is very cool. You can click on this little button up here, which is the Activate Profit Builder, or you can click here and edit page. Now, if we're using the default editor, you can see it restricts us to whatever our current theme size is. So we've got, in 2014, you've got this tiny little editor. And what you can do is you can come in here, you can add blocks, and I'll go over the specifics of this in a moment. But it's kind of ugly. So what we're going to do is we're going to override this. And you can see it's loaded up this really cool editor, but we're going to go back a moment. So I'm just going to click edit page. It's going to ask, do you want to confirm any changes are going to be lost? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use this and we're going to override the template. So you see Profit Builder templates. We're going to click override. Now what this allows us to do is override 2014. And we can do all sorts of cool things, by the way. You can have image backgrounds, video backgrounds, HTML5 videos, and you could just put your image in here and all sorts of cool stuff. You also have some other options. You can also do exit redirects on this page. So basically, if anyone tries to leave the page, boom, they're prompted for an offer. And this is a great conversion booster right here. And there's all sorts of other little options. But okay, we've just told it to override. Now let's actually save that draft and load the editor. Now this is where it gets really fun. So now what happens is now we have a full page. We've got rid of 2014. The site is still there and everything else. Just for this one page, we've got rid of the 2014 template. Now we're overriding it with a Profit Builder special. Now, how do you actually use this? Well, this is very cool. We have a very intuitive interface, and when you get used to this, there's not really a steep learning curve. You don't need any design skills. You don't need to be a geek. This is the really cool thing. We've built this to be as easy as possible. So it says, first of all, your page is empty. Add a row. So, okay, let's add a row. I'm going to add a row. Now, what this is now it's a container row, and it's got one kind of column that I can add things to. Now, there's several different things. You have settings for almost every element on your page. So, for example, we've just created a row, and you can see over here are lots and lots of options. So, for example, if I want to add some padding, in other words, a little space, I can just add a little space. If I want to change the border color of this row, I can. And you'll dig into this and you'll start seeing all sorts of really cool stuff. You can also have images in the background, or we can also do video backgrounds. So lots and lots of options. You even have the ability to create sticky rows, so the row sticks to the top or the bottom of the page, or even what we call a timed row. So basically, you can say how long you'd like this to appear after a page load. So if you want this row to appear and all its contents to appear after 10 seconds, you just click that, select the time, and you're good to go. Very, very powerful indeed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add a couple more rows real quick. Just a couple of little things that we can add and play with, just so we can fill these full of content. So you can see how you can set up a structure real quick. But let's go add a video. So as you can see, I can either click on this button here, or we have all these options down the side. Lots and lots of different elements, and you can select from groups. So for example, there is a video, there's audio, so you can put live rich media in there, features, contact forms, sliders, featured posts, all sorts of great stuff in there. Now again, with the Profit Builder theme, we have even more because they're built into our special theme, but you've got quite a few options just inside this as well. So say for example, I'll grab that, drag a heading, drop it in there, and you can see there's a heading. Okay, let's call this this is an awesome sales page, and now I can change settings on this. Maybe I want to increase its font size a little bit. You can see no coding, but you have full control of everything. Maybe I want to change that, so I can use the editor. I can bold that, italic. Okay, so again, this is the drag and drop builder. We're not loading in a template yet. We'll get to that in a few moments. I just want to show you the basics of creating something from scratch. And again, if I want to reduce the space there, I can do that. So you can see I can set up all sorts of cool things. Let's add a video real quick. So I'll go to content. This is the other way you can do it. You can press these little plus symbols, drag in a video, no problem. Okay, let's add an opt-in. I'll come over to advanced. There's an opt-in. Boom, done. Guess what? I've just created an instant squeeze page. How quick was that? Now again, with the video stuff, just as an example, you can put in a YouTube or Vimeo or several other different systems, Dailymotion, MetaCafe. You just put in your link in there and it's good to go. Or you can embed an MP4, WebM, or an OGV, or you can use embed code if you're using something like Easy Video Suite or some of the other great systems out there. I'm just going to stick with YouTube for now. And you can see there's all sorts of options up here. You can make it a fluid so it's responsive, or you can lock in the size, autoplay, turn off controls. This is more for the YouTube side of things, etc., and Vimeo, but you can actually control some of those elements, and it's a great way to present your information. But again, each one of these controls is drag and drop. You can set whatever you like. So there's some quick text. You can set it in there. You can open up the editor, and you've got all sorts of controls. And that's basically it. Everything has its own control set. It's very, very easy to use indeed. For example, the opt-in. Just drag your opt-in code, drop it in there. It automatically populates everything. If you want to change, for example, the button, no problem. You could have, for example, a cool CSS3 button. There you go, and you've got all sorts of great options. Want a 3D one? No problem. Let's just select that. Instant 3D button. If you want to choose something else, hey, no problem. We've got all sorts of different options, or you can create your own custom ones. No problem at all. I can swap it back to the pre-done set, as we call it. So you can have add to cart, or get instant access, or buy now, you know, whatever you want. Boom, done. As sexy as you like. Or you can just do one of our custom test ones, or you can upload your own. No problem at all. We keep it all very powerful and very easy. So that's kind of dragging and dropping. And again, just go through each and every one of these items. We've got so many great elements and shortcodes. You can create, for example, a quick showcase of features. You can have Lightbox. This can link up. You can be video screenshots, you know, whatever you like. But let me show you some pre-compiled ones. I mean, that was just a quick throw together, just demo of how you can use it. And you can just dig into it. The easiest way to use this is to play with it. If I want a pricing table, let me just throw in a pricing table real quick. So I'll just put that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here just to show you that's a 3-column. Well, let's do a 4-column actually. But again, instant pricing table, done deal. You know, there's all sorts of high power conversion elements. Want a timer, for example, countdown timer? No problem, just drag it in. Let's say I'll set, there's a flip clock. I'll set that to align center. Okay, boom, instant scarcity. Want an evergreen timer? No problem, you can select what type you like, fixed or evergreen. No problem, now I can set it sometime in the future. And what will happen is whenever someone comes to your page, it drops a cookie. It knows when they viewed it. It now counts down from, say, 72 hours from their first visit. As soon as their timer runs out, their custom timer, boom, it redirects them somewhere else. All done, dusted. Very, very powerful indeed. So again, lots and lots of cool things built right into this. But now let's have some fun. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to just take out a couple of these other things as well, because we're going to replace them. And oh, I should also mention, if you want to duplicate a row, no problem, duplicate it. Now tweak it. You want another opt-in on your page? No problem, duplicate it, drag it down somewhere else. Want to make it a vertically aligned one? No problem. There's a horizontal or vertical, or if you want to go to make it a horizontal one, again, no problem, done dusted. You can adjust it and tweak it to your heart's content. So all sorts of great options, as I say, and we make this so intuitive. Now, a couple of other things. If you want to, if you've got a really good setup and you want to move it to another page on your website, you can literally copy the entire row. Then you go to your other page and paste that row directly into the other system, or other side of your site. No problem at all. You can do the same with individual elements. I want to copy this video, no problem, copy it. I'll go to the other page, paste. No problem at all. A lot of editors and similar systems out there just can't do that. We've built it so, well, yes, you can. So what we're going to do now is I want to load in one of those great templates from our library. So I'm going to click Load Page, Load Template, and let's say I want to use deploy my $1 million sales page. So I'm going to click that. Now, here's the cool thing. You can load content from another page. If you've got another Profit Builder set up already, and you want to clone that entire page, no problem, just load the contents of that page. But I'm going to create one from scratch here with a template, and watch this. Just in a click, boom, there's an instant pre-done marketing page for you. But this one, for example, is the one that's made me millions of dollars. This is millions of dollars worth of sales, and the gurus have been using this page and this layout, and it's been working absolutely fabulously. And again, it's instantly done for you. Now all you have to do is come in. I want to change the title, so I'll just come in here. I can open this up in the editor, for example, and change this to whatever I want. So let's say we're doing an SEO. Finally, a powerful way to beat, well, let's say, to get on the first page Google in 24 hours. Now, again, I'll just do a couple of little bits of changes, see how it sits. That's not bad, but, I can see that the Y is touching the T there. No problem. I come in here. I just make little changes. I don't have to think about it, and it updates live as I go. So now I can go through this entire page, adding my own content in here. I can move things around if I want. Say, for example, that's great, but I want to move that here. No problem. Drag and drop. I want to move that, I like that section. I want that section here. No problem. Or do I want to move this? You know what? I prefer this one over here. I want this one over here. Hey, guess what? No problem. And each element has its own layouts and things you can change. And if you want to, you can use one of our templates. If I like this layout, but I want to use it on a different page, no problem. I copy it, paste it, I'm good to go. You can see we put all of the power in your hands. And with all of this great stuff in here, you're just rocking and rolling really quickly. You can literally use any one of our layouts, customize them in a few moments, you're good to go. It's so simple that, we really designed this so that you can just get going with this really, really quickly. Now, if you want to see how your page looks, let's load in another one, for example. I'm going to load in, say, just to show you, let's say the Teespring one. There we go. Let's load in this one. And look, instantly, boom, it replaces all the content. You're good to go. Now I can save that. Now, here's one of the cool things here. If you want a quick, say for example, you're editing it and everything else, you're not quite sure. Okay, well, let's have a look. Let's hide the controls. This is how it looks on the page. No problem. Bring them back in. Just slide them out, slide them in. So that's a very, very powerful interface. Now, if I want to just take what we call, a 50-foot view, no problem. Toggle the zoom. You get kind of step back, have a look at it. No problem. Want to see how it looks on a mobile or a laptop? No problem. You've got a dynamic viewer so you can test things, make sure that you're happy with everything. And, you know what? Let me hide the controls. Okay, and see how it looks. That's good. No problem. If I want to, let me toggle the zoom. Okay, again, just take that quick view. If I want to see how it looks on a really small device, no problem. Okay, yeah, no problem. Done. Simple as that. Now, again, we just wanted to keep this super simple, super easy, and you can just get started with this. This is the beautiful thing. We don't complicate things here. And we've got so many high power features that you can literally get started very, very quickly. And I encourage you to play around with it. Start with the pre-done layouts. Have fun with that and get to grips with it and understanding, okay, let's have a look. This is a heading element. Okay, what do I do? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's how they set it up. Look how they set up, for example, some icons. Okay, we've got some icons here. How do they do that? Boom, 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 boom. I like that element. Let me take that element, put it on my other page. Oh, let's see. How do they set up the button? Okay, they got a button here. Okay, what are the options? Oh, they used a custom text option. Here's some text. Here's their sizing options. Oh, I see how they did that. Great. It's a great way to get your hands dirty, get into this very, very quickly. And again, because it's so structured, I mean, if I wanted to, let me add a video. This is, just customize this. I'll add a row. I'm going to drag this row up to the top. And maybe I want to do a little kind of video about this particular thing. Okay, no problem. I'll come over here, go to content, grab video, boom. So here's a little video about this particular t-shirt. Okay, fine. Whatever I need to do, it's done. You can just literally build. If you can dream it, you can build it. That's really what this is all about. And it's really very cool because you can build literally anything you want. Not just a marketing page. You can literally enhance all sorts of stuff on your website. So again, you've seen us do this override. And let's just actually have a look at it. You can go preview the page, load it up. And it takes just a couple of seconds. Boom, there we go. Now the rest of the site, again, just to show you, is still 2014. And you can see it's still 2014. Everything in here is cool. However, on our same site, we have this very cool, you could create opt-in pages, sales pages, webinar pages. We've got the whole lot in here. So you can do that. Now, again, let's now take it to the next level. let's use it with the Profit Builder theme. So I'm going to come, I've already saved this page. Oh, let me show you how to save it as a template. Say, for example, you've made some modifications. In fact, let's make a couple of changes. I'm just going to put this up here. I'm going to select 2 column. I'm going to grab that. And what I'll do is I'm going to put a video in here, and I'm going to put some features and content. So I'm just going to grab a video, no problem, done. And what I'll do over here is, let me see, I'm going to put a bullet list. So I'm just going to talk about some features. So cool feature number 1 with a benefit, because that's good copy. And I'm just going to add a couple of little things. So number 2, number 3, number 4. And you can see it dynamically updating as I do this. Okay. You know what? Let me do this. I'm going to take one of those off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size. 22. So, okay, let's increase that. We also want to use a custom font size. So now I'm going to take that up a size as well. You can see everything dynamically updates. Okay, actually, let's make it bigger. Let's make it 32. Let's see how that looks. Maybe a bit too big. We'll see. Okay, again, thinking about it. Boom. Okay, so say this is my new cool template. Okay, my new cool layout. I want to use this elsewhere. Fine. Fantastic. What I can do is I can now say it as, say, my Teespring special, and I save it. Now I can use this template anywhere on my site. If I want to set up a dozen different Teespring special offers, no problem. I can do that. Now, what I can also do is export that template. So now I can say, okay, where's my Teespring special? There it is. And I can export. And it asks you, do you want to leave this page, because I'm doing it differently. But there you go. It's just downloaded that. I'm good to go. I can now drag that to another site. And the way I do it is I click Import Template. And say, for example, I'm going to reveal this in Finder. Okay, show in Finder just so I can find it. And now all I do is drag and drop. See? Now it's loaded. Now it's already on this one, so I'm just going to reinstall it basically over the top of it. But I just click Start Upload. It uploads it, it assigns it, I'm good. I now have it on this site. So that's basically how you would take your templates, create your own pre-done ones, bundle them up and put them somewhere else. It's very, very simple. You can see there's so much potential here. And once you get used to the system, you'll be deploying any of our templates and layouts. Literally, you'll be flying creating your opt-in pages. We're going to cover a lot of different scenarios in upcoming videos. For example, creating funnels, creating opt-ins, thank you pages, download pages, and all the rest of it. We'll give you some very specific examples. But that overview that we've given you in this video will get you going so quickly, it'll blow your mind. One other thing I should show you before we stop this particular video. We're going to cover this in a lot more detail, but like I said, this will help you with any page on your site. So for example, I've got, let me just save this page, and what I'll do is I'm going to go over to the actual main blog itself. So we'll come over here, and you can see we got, for example, a Hello World post. Any item that you've got, the little icon at the bottom here, or the top here, allows you to activate everything and start playing around with all of this great stuff. So for example, here's my Hello World, and here's, I can start building up, and I can literally enhance any post on my website. Now I've got no sidebar here. Again, we're going to cover all the setup of different sidebars and some of the kind of more detailed blog elements, so you can literally build absolutely anything you like in the authority blog video. But I just want to show you that, again, you can just jump into anything from the front end and do whatever you like. So I could create my, again, I'll just drop a video in. Let's just do that real quick. Again, just showing you that. Maybe I want a feature. Now, the cool thing with some of this stuff is we have a huge library of icons, so you can create all sorts of great kind of calls to action. Now let's just grab a photo or camera one. I'll change that size to say 100. I'm just showing you just snippets of some of the really cool stuff that we've got built in here. I can change my title, I can change my colors, I can have rollovers. You see all that rollover there? Again, oh, one other thing we do. This is very cool. Let me show. Okay, the thing is, there's so much stuff in here. I could spend hours and hours going through each of these elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a video. Let me take this video. I'll add a full page video. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to remove this. Each element in our setup has this one feature, which I almost forgot to tell you about. But this makes it very, very cool. So say, for example, I've got a couple of really cool features, okay? Now I can come over here, watch this. We actually have animation built into this. So say, for example, I could have this bounce in. Watch this. Boing. I love that. It's the geek in me, what can I say? But okay, let's also add some extra animation. We'll have this, there's one called lightning speed. See this? Okay, it's just eye-catching stuff, and when you're engaging your customers, you can see that you can have all sorts of different elements that, again, they brings their eyes. It's like, what am I seeing? Okay, and it focuses their eyes right where you want them to be. So if I now save this, okay, I'll just go to preview page. Again, let's geek out with a little bit of animation and a little bit of fun with this post. So I click here, and boom. Animation as it comes in, and you can see it's got all the social share stuff. You can have all sorts of fun with this. Now, with the theme, again, we're going to get into this in a lot more detail, but you can also set up custom widget groups and everything else. Your widgets, your existing widgets, if you're using your own theme, that's not going to change. But we have all sorts of different groups. So you can have, for example, your single posts sidebar. We have all sorts of cool widgets in here that you can drag in as you see fit. As I say, we're going to get into that in a lot more detail in a future video, but you can also create unlimited groups of sidebars that you can assign to pages and posts and everything else, drag and drop them in, and literally you can create unlimited different... We've turned WordPress finally into a fully operational content management system where you can literally build absolutely anything you want anytime you long. But its main focus is these very high-powered, high-converting, highly optimized marketing pages. But in real terms, you could build anything you like. Very, very powerful system, and it's a must-have tool. And honestly, I can't build a site without it now. That's how powerful it is. All of our sites are moving to this, and we absolutely love it. That's why we built it. We built it for us, and now we're giving it to you. So what we'll do now is we'll wrap up that video. That's a really great introduction to the core functions and features. But in future videos, we're going to look at specific scenarios, how you can set this up, and how you can have a heck of a lot of fun with Profit Builder.